Hello and welcome to this transformative audiobook, You're Not Who You Are, brought to you by Assets Investor. I'm truly excited to take you on this incredible journey of self-discovery, personal growth, and identity transformation. This audiobook is not just a collection of ideas, it's a call to action for anyone who feels trapped by societal labels, past mistakes, or limiting beliefs. If you've ever wondered, am I living as my true self? Or, what more could I become? Then you're in the right place. Take a deep breath, sit back and allow yourself to be inspired, because by the end of this journey, you'll understand that your identity is not fixed, it's fluid, adaptable, and entirely within your control. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Identity. Who told you who you are? Welcome to Chapter 1, where we'll dive deep into the concept of identity and how it's shaped by forces outside our control. From the moment we are born, society begins to weave a narrative about who we are. Whether we realize it or not, we are constantly being told who we should be. As children, we are defined by our names, our family background, and our environment. We don't get to choose these things, they are simply handed to us. Your name, your religion, your ethnicity, the language you speak, these are all characteristics that form part of your identity. But here's the question, how much of that is truly you? Most people never take the time to question these constructs. We live within the confines of these labels, thinking we are defined by our past, our culture, or our family history. But the truth is, the identity we've built for ourselves is often not a true reflection of who we are at our core. Think about your childhood for a moment. Were you labeled as the quiet one or the outgoing one? Maybe you were the smart one or the troublemaker. These labels stick to us, influencing how we see ourselves and how we behave. You've probably heard someone say, "That's just who I am," and felt trapped by those words. But you don't have to accept these labels as your truth. Identity is not a static thing, it is fluid. It can evolve and change over time. The key is recognizing that you are not confined to the version of yourself that others have defined. You are not the quiet one. You are not the outgoing one. You are more than any of the roles you've been placed in. Let's take a moment and think about a label or identity you've internalized. Maybe it's tied to a past experience, a career, or a family role. Now ask yourself, is this really who I am, or is this who others told me I am? The goal of this chapter is to help you realize that you are more than the sum of these labels. The real you is something deeper, something that goes beyond any label you or others have given you. As you continue this journey, begin to challenge these labels. Start by identifying which ones you've held onto for too long. Acknowledge them, but understand that they don't define you. You have the power to change your story at any time. Remember, you are not a product of your circumstances, family history, or societal expectations. You are a living, evolving being with the power to shape your identity as you wish. You get to decide who you are, not the world around you. Chapter 2. Breaking free from labels. You are more than a name. In this chapter, we will focus on the process of breaking free from the labels that hold us back. Labels can be helpful when we're young. They help us fit into societal structures, understand our roles in our families, and navigate through life. But as we grow older, these labels can limit our potential. They become prisons, keeping us stuck in outdated ways of thinking about ourselves. Imagine you're a child, constantly praised for being the smart one. At first, this feels great. But what happens when you face a challenge or failure? Suddenly, the label smart doesn't fit anymore, and the fear of losing that identity can be paralyzing. The same thing happens when we label ourselves as successful, lazy, good at math, or bad at relationships. These labels become expectations, and if we don't live up to them, we feel inadequate or lost. But here's the reality. You are not your job, your social status, or your past mistakes. Your name, your job, and your achievements don't define your essence. You are a living, breathing individual with endless possibilities. The first step in breaking free from these limiting labels is to realize that they are not permanent. Your name is just a word. Your career is just a role. These labels do not capture the fullness of who you are. They are just a small part of a much bigger picture. Let's try a simple exercise. Think about the labels that you have identified with throughout your life. Write them down. This could be anything. I'm the shy one. I'm the successful one. I'm the creative one. Now, beside each label, write down one instance in your life when you've acted outside of that label. For example, if you've always thought of yourself as shy, write down a time when you were bold or took the lead. If you've always been labeled successful, think about a time when you failed and realize that failure does not diminish your value. This exercise will help you see that you are more than just one thing. You are multidimensional, and your identity isn't restricted to one label or one phase in your life. The next step is to consciously let go of these labels. It's not always easy, especially if we've carried these identities with us for years. But letting go is freeing. Think of it like shedding old skin. By releasing outdated identities, we create space for new, empowering ones. Here's an important truth. The labels that others place on you, your family, friends, society, are based on their limited perceptions of you. But their perception is not your reality. They cannot see the infinite potential within you. Only you can. You may be wondering, but who am I without these labels? The answer is simple. You are a blank canvas. You are someone who has the power to redefine yourself at any moment. You don't need to wait for permission or approval from anyone else. The real power comes when you realize that your true identity is not fixed. It's something you create. As you continue on this journey of breaking free from labels, keep asking yourself, what would I do if I wasn't afraid of losing this identity? What would you do differently? How would you behave? Start to step into those actions now. Remember, you are more than just a name or a title. You are a dynamic individual with the power to shape your own destiny. Let go of the labels that no longer serve you and allow yourself to be who you were meant to be, not who others think you should be. Chapter 3. The fear of letting go. What are you really afraid of? Welcome to Chapter 3, where we'll explore one of the most powerful forces holding us back from reinventing ourselves, fear. Fear can be subtle. It whispers in our ears, convincing us that change is dangerous and that letting go of old identities will result in chaos. Fear wants us to stay within the confines of the comfortable, even if the comfort is unhealthy. But in this chapter, we will confront that fear head-on and discover why letting go is the key to unlocking a new, authentic identity. Think about the identities you've built up over the years. Some of these may be based on your job, your relationship, or your status in society. What would happen if you let go of these identities? What would remain? For most people, the thought of losing these roles is terrifying. It feels like losing a part of ourselves, or worse, becoming nothing. But here's the irony. The identities we hold on to aren't really us. They are roles we play. They are masks we wear to navigate life's complexities. Imagine if you were an actor playing a character in a play. The character you portray isn't you, it's a role you adopt. Similarly, when we cling to our labels, we are merely acting out someone else's script. The true you is the person who can step out of the role and still be whole. Fear plays a massive part in our reluctance to release old identities. We fear that by letting go, we will lose ourselves. But in reality, letting go of old identities is how we find our true selves. It's the process of shedding what no longer serves us to make room for who we really are. Fear tells us that without the labels, we won't know who we are. But that's the point of transformation. The truth is, we're often more afraid of the unknown than the known. We are comfortable in our discomfort because it's familiar. Fear of change is a natural human instinct. Our brains are wired to protect us from danger, and any change is perceived as a potential threat. But change is not the enemy. It's the gateway to freedom. To understand this better, let's look at how fear manifests in your life. Ask yourself, what am I truly afraid of? Is it the fear of failure? The fear of being judged by others? The fear of being alone? Or perhaps the fear of success itself? What will happen if I actually achieve my dreams? These fears are rooted in self-doubt and insecurity. But the most empowering thing you can do is acknowledge these fears and take action despite them. Letting go doesn't mean abandoning everything in your life. It means questioning everything you've been told about who you are and choosing to embrace a new path. The first step is recognizing that fear is not a sign that you should stay where you are. It's a signal that you're on the verge of growth. The more you face your fears, the less power they will have over you. In this chapter, we want to teach you to view fear differently. Instead of avoiding it, we will learn to use fear as a tool for growth. Every time fear arises, it means you're about to break free from something that no longer serves you. Let fear be a signal to move forward, not backward. Now let's do an exercise to confront our fears. Write down 3 things you're most afraid of when it comes to letting go of old identities. Once you've written them down, take a deep breath and acknowledge that these fears are valid, but they don't define your future. Choose one fear and take a small action to challenge it. Maybe it's stepping into a role you've always been afraid to try, or letting go of an old relationship that no longer aligns with your true self. The goal is to make fear your ally, not your enemy. Chapter 4. Rediscovering the true you. Who are you really? Welcome to Chapter 4, where we embark on a journey to rediscover the person you were always meant to be. In chapters 1 to 3, we've uncovered the illusion of identity, the fear that holds us back, and the necessity of letting go of labels that no longer serve us. Now, we dive deep into the process of uncovering your authentic self, the person who exists beyond the limitations of society, family, and even your own mind. The key question here is, who are you really? It's easy to get lost in a sea of external influences, societal pressures, and past experiences. But when you strip all of that away, what remains? This is the core of your true self. The journey of rediscovering who you truly are is not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to the essence of who you've always been before the world told you who you should be. It's a process of self-awareness and self-acceptance, a return to your most authentic self. The key to this rediscovery lies in reconnecting with your inner values, desires, and passions, those parts of you that were there long before anyone else's opinion shaped them. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with expectations, it's easy to lose touch with what truly brings us joy and fulfillment. But when you look inward, you'll find that the real you is not determined by external circumstances. Your true essence is timeless and always evolving. Let's begin by thinking about moments in your life when you felt most alive, most true to yourself. Perhaps it was a time when you took a bold step, acted with integrity, or followed a passion without fear of judgment. These moments are clues to your true self. They show you that beneath all the noise of the world, there is a voice that knows exactly who you are. This voice is often drowned out by the noise of others' opinions, but when you learn to listen, you'll begin to hear it more clearly. Now, take a moment to reflect on your current life. Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel that your actions align with your values? If the answer is no, it's time to reconnect with your true self. Take some time each day to engage in practices that help you rediscover who you are, such as journaling, meditation, or simply spending time in nature. These practices help you clear away the distractions and reconnect with your essence. It's also important to recognize that rediscovering the true you isn't an overnight process. It requires patience, introspection, and the courage to face uncomfortable truths. It involves making conscious decisions to step away from relationships, careers, or environments that no longer reflect your true self. This might be difficult, but it's necessary for your growth. To help you on this journey, let's do another exercise. Sit quietly and think about the things that bring you joy, excitement, and peace. These are the aspects of your true self. Now think about the things that drain your energy, that make you feel lost or disconnected. These are the aspects of your life that are not in alignment with your true essence. This exercise will help you create more space for the authentic you to emerge. Once you've done this, create a list of actions you can take in the next week that will help you reconnect with your true self. This could be as simple as setting aside time to explore a new hobby or having a difficult conversation that you've been avoiding. Every action, no matter how small, is a step toward rediscovering who you are at your core. As you continue this journey, remember that you are not bound by your past. Your true self is not a fixed entity. It is an evolving process. You are free to shape and redefine your identity as you go along. The true you is not something you have to find. It's something that's always been within you, waiting to be rediscovered. Chapter 5. Overcoming Self-Doubt. You are enough. Welcome to Chapter 5, where we'll tackle one of the biggest obstacles to embracing your true self, self-doubt. Self-doubt is a powerful force that can keep us stuck in old patterns, preventing us from fully stepping into the person we are meant to be. It convinces us that we're not capable, that we don't deserve success, or that we're not enough. But in this chapter, we will learn how to break free from the grip of self-doubt and realize that you are already enough. Self-doubt is an internal voice that arises from our fears, past experiences, and the judgments of others. It whispers that we're not good enough, that we don't have what it takes, or that we're unworthy of our dreams. This voice often stems from experiences where we were told we weren't capable, or from societal messages that made us feel inadequate. But here's the truth. Self-doubt is a lie. It's a narrative created by your ego to keep you in your comfort zone, away from change. The real you is powerful, capable, and worthy. Self-doubt might be a part of your mind, but it is not who you are. It is not the truth of your being. To overcome self-doubt, we need to change the way we think about ourselves. Instead of seeing doubt as a permanent roadblock, we can view it as a signal for growth. Every time doubt arises, it means that you're about to take a step outside of your comfort zone. It means you are on the verge of transformation. One of the most effective ways to combat self-doubt is to challenge the negative thoughts that arise. When you hear that voice telling you you're not good enough, counter it with affirmations of your strengths, past successes, and the qualities that make you unique. Remind yourself of the times when you've overcome obstacles in the past and use those experiences as proof that you have the resilience to handle whatever comes your way. Another powerful technique for overcoming self-doubt is to visualize success. Imagine yourself already living the life you desire, achieving your goals, and confidently stepping into your power. Visualization rewires your brain, helping you to believe in your ability to succeed and silence the voice of doubt. Let's do an exercise to challenge your self-doubt. Think of a situation where you felt unsure of yourself. Write down the negative thoughts that came to your mind in that moment. Then, for each negative thought, write a positive affirmation that contradicts it. For example, if you thought, "I can't do this," replace it with, "I am capable and strong enough to handle this." Keep practicing this exercise whenever self-doubt arises, and you'll begin to shift your mindset over time. Chapter 6. Redefining Success. What does success mean to you? Welcome to Chapter 6, where we'll explore one of the most crucial aspects of building an authentic life, redefining success. Many of us have been taught to measure success by external standards, wealth, status, possessions, or public recognition. But as we've learned so far, true success isn't about conforming to someone else's definition. It's about aligning your actions with your deepest values and living in a way that feels true to who you are. In our society, we are constantly bombarded with messages about what success looks like. We see people with material wealth, fame, and luxury lifestyles, and we're taught to believe that these are the markers of a successful life. But this external version of success is hollow if it's not in alignment with your authentic self. True success is about living a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling to you. It's about knowing who you are, understanding your purpose, and making choices that reflect your values. It's not about chasing after external accolades, but about finding inner peace and contentment. Take a moment to reflect on what success means to you. What are the qualities and experiences that you value most? For some, success might mean having deep, meaningful relationships. For others, it might be achieving personal growth or contributing to a cause they believe in. Success is deeply personal, and it varies for everyone. The important thing is that you define it for yourself, not based on the standards set by society or others. To redefine success, we need to move away from comparison and stop measuring our progress by someone else's yardstick. Instead of looking outward, start looking inward. Ask yourself, what would I do if there were no external expectations, no pressure from others, and no fear of judgment? What would I do if I truly followed my heart and trusted my instincts? This shift in perspective is the foundation of an authentic life. When you stop trying to meet someone else's definition of success, you open yourself to the possibility of creating a life that feels true and fulfilling. You start making decisions that align with your values, and you feel more at peace with yourself. Let's take a moment to define your personal vision of success. Write down what success looks like for you, based on your values, passions, and purpose. Once you've done this, reflect on how your current life aligns with that vision. Are there any areas where you're living someone else's definition of success? What changes can you make to align your life more closely with your true definition of success? Chapter 7. Embracing change and transformation, becoming the best version of yourself. Welcome to Chapter 7, where we'll explore the power of change and transformation. One of the most important aspects of rediscovering your true self is embracing change. Change is inevitable, and it's the only way we grow. But many of us resist change because it's uncomfortable or uncertain. In this chapter, we'll learn how to embrace transformation as a natural and empowering process. Change is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. Change allows you to grow, evolve, and become the best version of yourself. Whether it's a shift in mindset, a change in lifestyle, or a transformation in your relationships, every change brings new opportunities for growth. One of the first steps in embracing change is to accept that you cannot control everything in life. We often try to hold on to the past, fearing that change will lead to loss or failure. But in reality, change is often the catalyst for new beginnings. Without change, there is no progress. Consider the times in your life when change has led to positive outcomes. Maybe it was a career shift, a new relationship, or a personal breakthrough. When you look back, you'll see that the changes you once feared were often the very things that helped you grow. Change opens up new possibilities and teaches us valuable lessons. To embrace change, you need to release your attachment to the past. Holding on to old identities, experiences, or beliefs can prevent you from fully stepping into your potential. When you let go of what no longer serves you, You make room for new experiences, growth, and transformation. One powerful way to embrace change is to take action. Start small by making one change in your life that pushes you out of your comfort zone. It could be something as simple as trying a new hobby, making a new connection, or learning a new skill. The key is to take action, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. The more you embrace change, the more natural it will become. Let's do an exercise to help you embrace change. Write down 3 areas of your life where you feel resistant to change. For each area, write down the benefits that embracing change could bring. For example, if you're afraid to change careers, list the benefits of a new job, personal growth, new experiences, and the possibility of finding a job you truly love. After completing this exercise, choose one area to begin your transformation. Take one small step today that will move you toward embracing the change you desire. Chapter 8. Breaking free from the past. Letting go of old stories. Welcome to Chapter 8, where we focus on one of the most transformative steps in rediscovering who you really are, breaking free from the past. The stories we tell ourselves about who we are, often based on our past experiences, shape our identity. But these stories don't have to define us forever. In this chapter, we will learn how to release the grip of our past and step into a future where we are free to become the person we were always meant to be. Many of us carry around the weight of past experiences, failures, traumas, disappointments, and mistakes. These events, while they may have been significant at one time, don't have to dictate who we are today. The challenge comes when we identify too strongly with our past, using it as the basis for our self-worth. We start to believe that who we were is who we will always be. But the truth is, you are not your past. Your past is a collection of moments and experiences, but it does not define your future. Every new day offers a fresh start, a chance to rewrite your story. To break free from the past, we must first recognize how we are holding on to it. Are you still carrying guilt for past mistakes? Are you allowing the pain from old relationships or experiences to shape your present? The first step in letting go is acknowledging where the past is holding you back. Next, it's time to change the narrative, reframe the stories you've been telling yourself. Instead of seeing your past as a burden, try to view it as a lesson. What did those experiences teach you? How did they shape the person you are today? Once you shift your perspective, you can begin to see the past as a tool for growth rather than something that defines you. A powerful technique for letting go of the past is forgiveness. This includes forgiving others who may have hurt you. But perhaps most importantly, it's about forgiving yourself. When you hold on to resentment or regret, you remain stuck in the past. Letting go of these emotions frees you to move forward. Let's do an exercise to help you break free from the past. Think about one memory or experience that you feel is holding you back. Write down how that memory has shaped your self-image. Now, reframe that story. What lesson did you learn from that experience? How can you use it as a stepping stone to move forward? Write down this new perspective and commit to releasing the old story. Chapter 9. The Power of Self-Love. Embracing your worth. Welcome to Chapter 9, where we dive into one of the most important aspects of building a healthy, authentic self, self-love. For many, self-love is a foreign concept. We've been taught to seek validation from others, to base our self-worth on external achievements, or to put everyone else's needs before our own. But the truth is, self-love is essential for creating a strong foundation for personal growth and transformation. Self-love is not about being arrogant or selfish. It's about recognizing your inherent worth and treating yourself with the kindness, respect, and care that you deserve. It's about accepting yourself, flaws and all, and understanding that you are worthy of love, success, and happiness. In a world that constantly tells us to strive for more, it's easy to fall into the trap of self-criticism and comparison. We may look at others and feel like we're not measuring up, or we may constantly push ourselves to be perfect. But self-love teaches us that we are enough, just as we are. One of the most important aspects of self-love is self-acceptance. This means accepting every part of yourself, even the parts you may have previously rejected or hidden. It's about embracing your strengths and weaknesses, your successes and failures, without judgment. When you accept yourself fully, you stop seeking approval from others and begin to live for yourself. Another crucial component of self-love is setting boundaries. To love yourself means protecting your energy and making choices that prioritize your well-being. This might mean saying no to things or people that drain you, and yes to the things that bring you joy, peace, and fulfillment. Let's do an exercise in self-love. Stand in front of a mirror and look yourself in the eye. Say 3 things you love about yourself, physically, emotionally, and mentally. These could be qualities like your strength, your sense of humor, or your ability to empathize with others. Write these down and repeat them every day. Over time, these affirmations will help you cultivate a deeper sense of self-love and appreciation. Chapter 10. Cultivating Gratitude. The Key to Happiness and Fulfillment. Welcome to Chapter 10, where we'll explore the transformative power of gratitude. In this chapter, we will learn how practicing gratitude can unlock greater happiness, fulfillment, and a deeper connection to our authentic selves. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for personal growth, and it can completely shift the way you experience life. In our busy, fast-paced world, it's easy to focus on what we don't have, what's not going right, or what we still need to achieve. We live in a society that constantly promotes striving for more, often leading to feelings of dissatisfaction. But gratitude shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance. It reminds us to appreciate what we have in the present moment, rather than constantly looking for something better. Gratitude is not just about being thankful for the big things in life, like health, wealth, or relationships. It's about cultivating an appreciation for the small, everyday moments, the warmth of the sun, the taste of your morning coffee, the sound of laughter with friends, or the beauty of nature. When you start to notice these small blessings, you'll realize just how abundant your life really is. Research has shown that people who regularly practice gratitude experience greater levels of happiness, lower stress, and improved relationships. Gratitude shifts your mindset from negativity and lack to positivity and abundance. It rewires your brain to focus on the good rather than dwelling on the bad. A simple way to begin cultivating gratitude is by starting a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be big or extraordinary, just small moments of appreciation. Over time, you'll notice that you begin to shift your focus toward the positive aspects of your life. Let's do a gratitude exercise now. Close your eyes for a moment and think about 3 things you're grateful for right now. It could be something as simple as the roof over your head or the support of a friend. Feel the gratitude in your heart and allow yourself to fully appreciate these blessings. Open your eyes and write down these things in your journal. Make gratitude a daily practice and watch how it transforms your perspective on life. Conclusion: embracing your true self. Thank you for joining me on this transformative journey through You're Not Who You Are. We've explored the many layers of personal growth, from breaking free of past limitations to embracing the power of self-love and gratitude. This book has provided insights to help you rediscover the person you truly are beneath the layers of external influence and past conditioning. Remember, you're not confined to the person you were yesterday. Each day presents a new opportunity for growth, change, and transformation. As you continue on this journey, Remember that the key to rediscovering your true self lies in embracing your authenticity, letting go of what no longer serves you, and nurturing the parts of yourself that deserve love and attention. By cultivating self-love, breaking free from past narratives, and practicing gratitude, you're not just changing your life, you're unlocking your fullest potential. The path ahead may not always be easy, but with the tools you've gained from this book, you are more than equipped to create a life of fulfillment and happiness. Before we conclude, if you found value in this audiobook and the lessons shared, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Assets Investor YouTube channel for more empowering content like this. Your support helps spread these messages to those who need them most, and together we can continue building a community that thrives on personal growth and financial empowerment. If you're ready to embrace the person you truly are and step into your potential, remember, this is just the beginning. Keep learning, keep growing, and always believe in the power of your own transformation. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you on the next journey. Take care and keep investing in your most valuable asset, you. Like, share, and subscribe.